The flocker.
The flocker.
That's good because that's what the flock goes. It goes with everything. I like the flock. Flocker. Flockert.
Flocker.
Flockert. Whatever the word that goes.
Flockit. Rather than a locket, a flocket.
But it's not a locket.
Well, that's what you called a flocket.
Well, it's just an it then. Flock. Hi.
Hello. Yeah, we're arguing over something.
We have a general discussion going on.
Can you tell?
I just happened to hit the button, and they probably didn't even know I hit the button to get it going. So anyway.
I did know.
Oh.
I did know.
I noticed.
Can you do your thing?
Yeah, I am. Hang in just a second before my nose starts running, and I have to go catch it.
She does this every time.
I do. It's something about that red button.
Every time.
I just use my sleeve.
Yeah, it's a smart move.
That's why I have long sleeves.
Okay. Good morning. It is Sunday, August 15th, 2021. And here we are in Scienceville for Flock Around the Table.
What episode is this?
Glad you asked.
It's like a fucking newscast person.
It's number 59. There's a race going on
God
today.
damn, we're almost 60.
I know. And there's a race going on today.
Is it the Brickyard?
Yeah, Brickyard's heading out. I saw the traffic signs. Use exit such and such, and I'm thinking, oh crap, I'm on 465. Thinking, but I'm going, oh no, I'm going north. So all the traffic lights, I was the only one in that left-hand lane heading this way because everybody was going to the track. So,
Yeah, at lunch yesterday, somebody said, well, there's some sort of race going on. And I said,
Well, and Colleen was at it. Wasn't
Colleen
she?
was there.
Probably.
Colleen was there and she took a picture and sent it to us.
no,
she was knitting.
she was on the camera. I mean, like
she was on the
Great.
Jumbotron. Somebody probably
Yeah.
saw her knitting and went, hey, that's a smart
But
chick.
that was knitting at the race.
Yeah, well, okay, but I didn't,
She didn't put it
obviously
together.
didn't make that connection.
She didn't put those.
Just looked like bleachers too. Could have been
things
anywhere.
together.
No,
Could have
I
been
knew
a
that
day.
I don't know, it didn't all compute.
It didn't.
You know?
Yeah, I gotcha. I'm with you.
Yeah. So Colleen was she doing a sock?
She was doing her zigzag scarf.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
She was doing the zigzag scarf.
Which is good. It's like doing the
And I'm assuming at the race because it looked like she was in her
Oh, yeah.
box ticket
Yeah,
place
price thing
for
that-
she
yeah.
goes to.
yeah.
Excuse me as I itch my head with my knitting needle.
Just as long as you don't poke it through.
No, I got a thick skull.
I'll catch it.
Right? Oh my goodness.
So anyway, Brickyard Sunday here in Indianapolis and State Fair in Indianapolis.
Yeah,
Busy
which
place.
you went on Friday instead
went
of
on Friday.
Thursday. Or you do go
Thursday was-
Thursday and Friday.
No, Thursday was so hot. It was
Oh.
like
Yeah.
95
I don't
degrees at 11 o'clock in the morning.
I'm one of those dorky people that still was at work.
Yeah, she.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
don't even know what.
So I kept thinking, and then the breeze would kick up, and I maybe, and then my husband's like, "I'll go with you after my dentist appointment tomorrow," and he goes, "It's supposed to be 84 degrees," and I went, "Oh, all right, go for it." So we went on Friday, and I wouldn't have normally done that. We rode that thing.
Do that thing that I would never do?
Yeah, you
No,
wouldn't
no,
do.
no,
You know
no.
The cart, the open cart that goes back and forth.
The ski lift.
Ski lift,
It's like a
that's it.
ski lift thing.
And so you get to see the whole fairgrounds, and okay, there's
Well, that'd
that.
be cool.
Yeah, it is kind of fun. It was very slow because it wasn't very busy, so it might have taken a lot longer than normal. But Mikey loved it, and so he's taking pictures of the building and going, "Hey, look, they fixed the air conditioner," and I'm going, "Hey, I'm over here looking at the animals, and he's over there telling me the building needs to be fixed." And then.
Such an
He's an
engineer for you.
engineer, yeah.
Right, so we get on the tractor because they have a tractor with these that they pull these carts behind it, and they're free, so they're usually very crowded. So we got on it, and the guy pulls up on the other side. We didn't hear the announcement that they were going to take a break, so we're sitting there. I said, "Well, let's go get on a different one." Obviously, they're changing drivers. There's nobody in the thing. And nobody in the back to say, "We're clear," And so we sat there, and Mikey's like, "Oh, they'll be here before by the time another one comes." So one goes by, one goes by, one goes by.
And people are saying, look at those idiots.
Look at those idiots. We weren't the only ones. There was another group over there. and some lady came over and changed her kid's diaper on the bench. She probably thought, oh, this is great. And so we get off, walk over, finally.
Mm-hmm.
And next thing you know, we no sooner got to the stop, and that one takes off.
That's me changing lanes into heavy traffic.
Exactly. and so then Mikey's like taking 2 steps back from me, thinking I'm going to kill him. Because you
were going to kill him.
I was. So then one comes along right away.
When he sent the police officers to show up because there's a homicide.
Exactly. And there's another one comes up, so I'm thinking, okay, we're good. He pulls over. You hear her say, we get on. We're going to take a short break. Okay, get off. Okay. So, and then we walked up the hill over to the other side.
Oh, my goodness.
And then we had our pork sandwich, but we got there just in time to see our pioneer village over there. They have these 80, 90-year-old farmers that run the things that were done in the 1920s. How you did farming and thrashing and cutting wood with these tractors with the long belts
gasoline
on them.
Engines.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Right.
It was so funny. The smoke coming out because they run coal in the one to get the engine, and then it's steam that powers the belt to do the sawing.
Yeah. And
I kept looking up, going, California has nothing on us. Seriously, it was so puffy. Mm-hmm. And the one guy even said, we got a good batch of coal today. It was so cute. And then we met Percy and Carson, the oxen. They were so nice. They were so cute. So that was fun. We spent a good hour and a half over there, which normally we'd be, checking other things out. But Mikey had a ball. And then they make
probably checked out the engines.
Totally, yeah. And it remind me how he did it when they did it, and how it got to this part when you get to this part. And they make medallions from a stamping machine. So he has to tell me how they do that. They run that thing, and they were making shingles, cedar shingles, and then they put on the Pioneer Village.
I used to go up to the attic to make the cedar shingles.
Right, 2021. And then last year, we didn't have the fair, so they had 2020, and they put a line through it. So Mikey bought one of those, too, because he's like, okay, we're going to hang them together, put them outside our shed. So he was all excited. So we had a good day. And then we went over and played on the new John Deere equipment. Oh, my word. I mean,
they're huge, aren't they?
Huge.
Massive.
And I know that you can, when you drive them and stuff, that you can turn on very easily.
On a dime.
Seriously, they do this, really.
Yeah.
And they had a demonstration going in the back, and this one little kid crawls into the wheel. Well, and he's just sitting there watching the world go by. Next thing you know, we walked around the other way, and then when we came by, he's still there.
He's sleeping.
Just sound asleep in the wheel, in this yellow big wheel that's taller than me. Yeah. So it was so fun, and Mom's looking around, and I said, I think he's still there. Oh, he's asleep. I said, yeah, I'm going to sit.
His dad was probably shopping for a new combine.
Could have been or something. Boy, those are expensive. I get it.
They are.
Yeah.
So, but like back in the day, you used to bring the hay to the machine. Now you take the machine to the hay, and they do it all the way through. So it was fun. We had a good time.
Good.
Didn't even get sick. But I think that's what started the tooth, was when I was eating the one sandwich. Because I might have bit in a little bit harder.
If she says the F word too many times today, it's because she's got a sore tooth.
I do. I have a really sore tooth. I can't decide which tooth it is, whether the gum's pulling. But anyway, we won't go into that. But anyway, I have a sore tooth. So
I already heard all that.
They already heard all about it. So, and now they heard all about the state fair. So what else did I eat? I had a deep fried Milky Way.
Oh, God.
Mini donuts.
Oh, mini donuts are good. They're like crack.
A French fry.
Mini donuts are like
crack. Where they take the potato and they make it a spiral.
Yeah.
We had that with our with our dinner and corn. We had a roasted corn. We had our own little table over there. It wasn't busy, so we had our own little table. Mikey went and got the sandwiches, and I went and got the corn, and he went and got the potato, and some lady goes, well, that's really thinking. And all I needed was dessert. So I pulled out my bag of mini donuts. So she thought, well, you're sad.
How was the Milky Way?
In the past, I used to prefer Milky Way over Snickers, deep fried, but this one was just the chocolate just kind of took over everything. Every time I bit into it, it was like...
Way too rich. Way too rich. Oh my goodness.
It was rich. That's why we ate it with the meal instead of after the meal by itself. Yeah, we took the protein along with the sugar. So
oh my gosh.
It was good. And
The deep fried.
Yeah.
Actually, they were doing stacks of Oreos. Everybody likes the deep fried Oreos. I'm such an Oreo purist that I can't. One place even had the peanut butter.
Oreo purist.
It's just the Oreo. Just the black and
You don't
white
even want to dunk
Oreo.
it in milk?
No. You open it up and scrape off the stuff in the center.
Then it's not a purist. You're eating it in shifts.
Then I eat this side, and then whatever's white stuff is left on the other side, I lick it, and then I eat it. That's how you eat an Oreo.
That's how you eat an Oreo.
No, that's how it's done.
I don't eat many Oreos. I just don't buy them.
Yeah, I don't
because
either.
they don't last. Yeah.
Well, they don't last with my husband. My husband, seriously, like the food pyramid, that top one is chocolate.
So we have to be careful with Jamie and chocolate.
Like, even like cooking cocoa. I swear that man will sniff out any kind of chocolate in this house and it's gone.
Oh.
Well, then don't tell him about cooking cocoa and Cool Whip, because my husband will do that. He'll take Cool Whip and sprinkle the cocoa on top, and then he's got chocolate Cool Whip. They're crazy.
He's
Mine is
awful.
like that. Mine is too.
Absolutely awful. Like,
Yeah.
if I buy a bag of chocolate chips, I have to make chocolate chip cookies like that day. Because otherwise he will
be there.
he'll eat the chocolate chips.
All right. So
yeah.
Gotta be careful with Jamie. Look out.
He's a chocoholic.
Yeah.
For sure. And I like me some
Mikey
chocolate.
gets paid for when he does good deeds for others. He gets paid in Oreos. So.
Oh, does
Yes,
he?
I pay him in Oreo.
Yeah.
I've paid him in Oreos.
She's paid him in Oreos. So anyway.
Well,
And he
appreciates that.
does a good job.
I bought Oreos when we went down to Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I brought them back. Because we didn't eat hardly any of them down
we
there.
ate a bunch of other stuff.
We ate a bunch of other stuff. I brought them back. They didn't last a day.
Oh, I'm sure they didn't. He probably thought, great, she brought me Oreos.
God, Oreos? Like, he was in Polish heaven, I think.
Must be in the gene. I think that's what it is. Polish gene is that way.
So last night I made my version of chicken parmesan.
Okay.
Which is not really chicken parmesan, so it's like am I being bad to the word chicken parmesan? Because okay, so chicken.
This is Sue's chicken.
Yeah,
Parmesan.
like parmesan.
Sue doesn't make bad things.
But okay, so chicken parmesan is supposed to be chicken cutlets pounded out, and then you bread them, and then you fry them, and then you put
red sauce
on it,
and
or
a
as
bunch of mozzarella
the
cheese.
Italian grandma would say, gravy, and then the mozzarella cheese and Parmesan cheese.
Right.
That is a traditional
Right.
chicken parmesan.
That I
Okay,
know.
that's not how I make it.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm not going to go through the breading station, all that malarkey, and I don't have a deep fryer because I just don't, and I'm not going to. So I grind mine up, and I make it like grind my chicken up like meatloaf. So I have ground chicken, and I add my herbs and my spices, and I make like little mini meatloafs out of ground chicken.
Nice.
And I pan fry those.
Okay.
And then the reason I made this yesterday was because when I was over at Miss Marsha's house, Marsha, she gave me a bunch of tomatoes. So I said to Jamie, I said, well,
Wait,
you're
wait,
getting
wait.
chicken parmesan because I'm going to make some
Sauce.
sauce.
Cool.
So I timed it. I was quite happy with myself.
Very good.
In 49 minutes, I had
12 seconds and 32
no,
minutes.
49 minutes. It was in the bowl and eating in 49 minutes.
Wow.
So it was spaghetti noodles with the ground chicken Parmesan sort of stuff, sauce from fresh tomatoes.
Very good. You are so teeny.
And mozzarella cheese on top.
Okay. For homemade?
No, I did not make the noodles or the mozzarella cheese.
Okay. Well, you're forgiven. I mean,
Yeah, the cows out back really weren't producing enough milk to make the mozzarella.
Well, she had them at the fair.
Well, I have the whole milk. I just don't have the enzyme to make mozzarella.
Okay. Well, you're forgiven.
Yeah.
And if I had to make the pasta, I would need another 10 minutes.
Okay. That's 10 minutes. I had my
That's
first
still
chicken
under an
burger.
hour. I could probably do it.
I had my first chicken burger. I'd never had a chicken burger, but it was ground chicken. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, actually. I was surprised. They were doing it at Costco in their samples. Chicken sausage and chicken this and chicken. Everything was chicken.
Everything was
the other day.
chicken. A lot of the times when you get the chicken already made patties, it's deceiving. Or turkey patties that are already made. They're usually somewhere between 20 and 30% fat.
Oh, yeah.
Just like,
Sure.
your 80-20 ground beef.
Sure.
So I would rather just grind my own.
Well, you're much better at that sort of stuff than I am. I would be.
And as a matter of fact, my husband said, oh yeah, when we go out to mom and dad, you have to bring your meat grinder with, because I already told them that you'll make chicken parmesan for Robert and Zana and my parents. So evidently I have to make chicken parmesan for 6.
Well, there you go.
And I have to bring my home grinder with because nobody out there has a freaking grinder.
All of Nevada, no meat grinders.
Well, I mean, I could buy one, but...
Then she'd have to leave it and it would just be dust.
Yeah, it would collect dust out there.
Out there among the cans.
I'll just put mine in my suitcase or in
take
his
it
golf
along.
bag and take it along.
Yeah.
It's just an attachment on my KitchenAid, so it's no big deal.
Well, no big deal.
She's got a KitchenAid, so
Oh, well, there you have
I
it.
don't have to bring my KitchenAid.
That would be a little cumbersome.
I would think that, out of 2 households, that one of them would have a KitchenAid. I know my mother-in-law does. She does a lot of baking.
I guess we can call this redneck chicken parmesan.
Redneck chicken parmesan. Yep. Yeah.
And, it's funny because I think redneck more to the southern end of the country.
No, I don't think of it as a territory in the country at all. I think of it as...
Oh, I do.
I do.
Oh, yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
What do you
think-
guys think? When somebody says redneck, do you just think of like the way somebody is or where they live?
No, but something like I
That's
see
a
what you're saying.
combination.
It is, because if you think about the backwoods of Maine or some of those places up there, those people could be
There's some
classified
rednecks.
redneck or Montana, those people
I
who
don't
are
classify
Or
people in Maine as
Indiana or
Montana.
Minnesota or California.
Anywhere. Could be a bunch of redneck there. As
But you,
Jeff Foxworthy was big with that.
He's the
He's the
you're redneck.
If your home moves or something like that. So
if your home moves.
No, if you're
I can't remember
whatever.
some of them.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what else? That's about it for me this week. Didn't do too much. Moving my brother, getting my tooth sore, going to the fair.
Your tooth will be better tomorrow because your dentist is back tomorrow.
Yeah, so I figure by tomorrow morning
It'll be just fine.
there won't be any problem with whatsoever. Right. So there's no sense even calling.
Right.
So you're miserable.
I see the doctor tomorrow, so I'll check on your tooth while I'm there.
Please do.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I
Sounds like
slept
a good idea.
last night with the ice on my face, and then I got a leg cramp from the way I was laying, so I wrapped my leg in a heating pad with the fan blowing on me.
So you were shivering and hot all at the same
with
time.
the fan blowing on me.
Right.
Because it got too hot. So Mikey just came in and he said, "You out?" And he didn't even finish all right. He just looked at me and I went, and he went out the door. So
Smart
he
man.
just left
He's
me
just a
to my
smart
own
man.
devices that he just thought, okay, this woman
He's a
is.
smart man.
Yeah, I think he's looking more forward to me going on the cruise than me going on the cruise.
That's very possible.
He gets the whole week to himself. I think he's going to take it off. So, anyway.
He and Abner are going to have a party.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'll get the dirty look from Abner when I leave.
Yeah.
And when the suitcase comes out, I'll be getting this
Yeah.
glare the whole time. I started my packing list, started my project list. I found a pattern this week that I think you might enjoy. I'll have to let you know what it is.
Okay.
I haven't done anything with it yet. But remember last week you brought out your corner to corner crochet project.
Yeah.
That's what this sort of is. It's a shawl in a corner to corner.
In a corner
pattern.
to corner.
I think it's called a modified corner to corner.
Okay.
They modified it so that it went more like this versus straight. You know.
Oh, yeah.
You get a triangle, but it's more open this way.
Okay.
So I thought, well, that might be something
Cool.
to take because it's an easier stitch
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
So I pulled that out thinking I could maybe start to get back to it. And I ordered a furl. I went ahead and dipped into my retirement fund
Did
to
you?
order a furl.
So not the hand-turned one, like an
No,
Odyssey or...
No, like the black
the
one.
black
with
ones. They have the wooden ones now
They
that
do.
are smooth that I've seen.
Except I know that the black ones, well, I've used yours enough.
They're cool.
They're
stay
cool. They stay cool in
They
your
stay
hand.
cool.
I'm going to
It's
be in the
great.
Bahamas.
Cool is good.
Yeah, my acupuncture lady said, doctor, she was funny because she just got back from camping in Yellowstone. She's a traveler as well. She didn't handle COVID any better than I did because she'll hear about somebody going somewhere. I had told her about Iceland. Her friend had mentioned they'd want to go. So off they went the minute Iceland opened up. They went to Iceland.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Good for her.
And she had a ball. And she even, when they went out to the place where they do the diving at the crack of the earth type thing.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And she said, man, I think I could learn to scuba dive. She really wanted to go do that in it. And because everybody says you start out in this cold water and as you dive down, it gets nice and warm. And how the sensation is. And you can swim in tunnels and things. And so they went out to Yellowstone this past month, and so she was having a good time, and she's like, so where are you off to? And I told her the cruise, and she's like, I might have to think about that. And I said, well, I wanted to get to Iceland. I was hoping this fall, but they just closed their borders again because of Delta.
Yeah.
So we may have to wait a little bit on that one.
What else? Oh, Australia was doing some pretty hefty lockdowns.
Yeah, they have been. Amba had mentioned that too.
O'Brien?
Yeah, Amber O'Brien. Oh, got a frog in my throat. Anyway.
Well, you are knitting on green.
Well, that could be. Yeah.
Green. Hence
Green
the frog.
stuff. Yeah.
I know guacamole costs extra. Is
I
what
think
the yarn color is called.
And it was funny because I was out at, when did I stop the other day? I was waiting for
Is that
Mom.
Mopito?
No, this is Easy Goes It.
Oh, Easy Goes It.
Okay. It's got 3 different sections that you do, but I changed it up. So I wanted to finish
made
the
it
ball
your own
yarn.
pattern.
I made it my own pattern from Easy Goes It because it's Easy Goes It. And the pattern actually says adaptable to any yarn or style. That's what it says. So anyway.
Perfect.
I was working at this and someone, where was I? Anyway, she comes up and she goes, oh, that's such a lovely green. And I said, yeah. And she goes, so then I told her, I said, yeah, the name is, I said, yes, I know guacamole costs extra. And at first she looked at me like, there's no guacamole. So she didn't understand.
She didn't understand that
I don't
was the
think
name.
I said the color name is. I said, yes, I know guacamole costs extra.
And she
thinking she was understand totally. And the look on her face, and I said, the name of the yarn. Wow, now isn't that ingenious? She just cracked up over the name of the yarn, and you kids these days, and off she went. So I thought that was kind of funny. So anyway.
So speaking of names.
Yes.
I think.
We're going to help Sue here.
Okay, there was a lot of people who gave some pretty interesting names for this little thing.
Okay.
Where the flock is my stitch marker necklace.
Where the flock?
Stitch marker territory. There was some
That's cute.
There was some. There was also a stitch marker. I didn't write it down, so
Bear
like
with her.
chalice or something like that. It's
Ooh,
like an
that's cute.
1800 sewing necklace thing.
Ooh.
Name. I can't remember the name, so there go. I can't do that. But then Flock Locket came up, and I'm like, I kind of like it, but it's not a locket.
So Flockit.
So Flockit it is.
There it is.
We're just going to call it a Flockit.
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 There you have it.
So I will.
As seen here. On Flockit on the table.
Since I got the inspiration for Flockit out from the person who commented Flock Locket, I will send one to that person.
There you go.
So if you're that person, I didn't even write down who it was. I will comment.
Everybody just under the notice.
I will comment that person that they won, and I will send one to them.
Nice.
Yeah, we're just gonna call it a Flockit.
Flockit. I think that's amazing. It's
Flockit.
It's a Flockit, not just Flockit.
No,
It's a
Flockit.
You know, you got to get enough in there.
That sounds a little East Coasty-ish.
Yeah, it does, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. You know, we can.
But the Flockit.
But the Flockit. Yeah, you got to get that wording in there just correctly.
And I will probably have them up in the Felted Garden sometime this week.
Yay for the Felted Garden.
So.
Go, Marcia.
Yeah. Okay, guys. I was over at her house yesterday, and I saw she designed a new bag. That
Really?
Yeah.
Fun.
Again, I should have brought one over here, but
she's not ready yet to put them up.
No, they are up.
Oh, well,
they
go
are
on the
up.
Felted Garden.
They'll hold like 5 or 6 skeins of yarn.
Wow.
They're pretty big. They have this industrial type zipper on the top.
Nice.
And they have like, it's muted. A couple of the fabrics are a muted colors.
Ooh.
So they're like browns and beiges and like light burgundies, balls of yarn.
Nice.
And they're big balls of yarn. They're like this big. They're not,
nice.
little. And they're so gorgeous and super sturdy. And it's Marcia, so they're beautifully made.
Yeah,
they're meticulously made. But she's like, I've had them up for a while and nobody's even looked at them. And I go, I think it's just because of the pictures. Because they're so muted.
Right.
A lot of her other ones are super bright.
Right.
And, they're cats and sheep and all this. And they're bright. And in a photo, it draws your attention.
Right.
These ones are just more subtle tones.
Sure.
But they're absolutely stunning.
Cool. Yeah, her seams are straight.
They are straight.
Mine kind of go like this a little bit, and every bag becomes my favorite because they're all made with love. See, they're
they're maybe a little bigger at the top than at the bottom.
Yeah, but that's okay.
It's okay. It's all right. It works.
They're all made with love, whereas Marcia's are made. Well, she cuts beautifully.
Well, we were talking about this morning.
Queen.
She's a cutter. She loves to cut. She loves to cut patterns, cut fabric. And so she'll have stacks of already cut. And she goes, Sue, you'd be so happy with me. I actually cut, sewed, took pictures, and put it on Instagram all in the same day.
I would have taken her temperature.
I was tempted to.
Is this really Marcia? Did somebody invade my friend?
Right.
So that's funny. She's at So go in the Felted Garden, check out some.
Yeah, check them out. They are really, really, really good. So here's where I am on
your
Kuschelig.
Oh wow, Kuschelig.
I had a couple of colors that I had to pick, or these ladies picked while my husband was gone, but he's back, and
he's back involved.
He picked this red.
Very nice.
So yeah,
nice.
I was going to show you
all right.
where I am.
Yeah, where are you at?
Well,
About
am
2
I
inches more than what she was last time.
That's me. I'm about 2 inches more than where I was
She's
last
about
time.
a quarter of an
This
inch.
is the fast knitter. Stop it, Deborah. I'm gonna keep bruising you on that arm. You're gonna have a continual bruise there.
Now I know where it came from. My doctor asked me that this week. She's like, "Where'd that bruise come from?" I don't know.
This is how far I am. So I've
Yay.
added
You've
this
got a
one
couple of
and this one.
Nice.
yeah.
Let's see. Let's hold it up so they get a good sight because she has pretty color. Oh, look at the bright colors on this. Nice.
Yeah, it's that mini set from
Right.
Loco.
Nicely
Like it.
done.
Like it.
Yeah.
Everybody's got
I'm ready
these
to start. I think
Another.
this
again.
goes here.
Oh, okay.
And once you get into it, you really,
You don't need.
yeah,
But the first couple of ones, you have
Yeah.
to pay attention to what you're doing.
yeah.
Yeah, you do have to pay attention to what you're
Yeah,
doing.
it's not a good movie watching one.
But I did go through the other day. So this is the backside. I
did you
couldn't
put in
stand
the-
it. I couldn't stand it anymore. I knew at the end it was gonna drive me absolutely nuts to have to go through and weave in all those ends.
So
Yeah.
you did
So
a
I was
good
like,
idea.
I was watching a movie and I'm like, I'm gonna weave in these ends right now.
That's
So
actually an excellent idea to be doing that beforehand.
And speaking of,
And Kitchener, as soon as you're done. Don't leave
Yeah,
it
so
sit for
if you
2
leave it-
years.
yeah,
It's still
not gonna be
sitting there.
done.
yeah, I have a,
I used to have a friend that I could ship it to, but she doesn't do it anymore. So, I don't know.
I contacted a couple of my favorite dyers to see what was going on with them.
Oh, cool.
And I heard back from them.
yeah, what do we got? What do we got?
Veronica from Inspired Fiberworks
Okay.
Oh.
is talking about a trunk show she has coming up September 25th. We'll talk about it again. And I need to ask you if you received. Yeah,
Where is the trunk show at?
I don't know.
Well,
And then I'm supposed to ask Deb if you received your June Yarn Club box.
No, I think so. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
She didn't see a delivered notification for you, and that's why she was asking.
I think I did. I'll look at home.
Okay,
I will.
all right.
well, yeah, we'll have to
I will check that again.
find out where her trunk show is happening.
Yeah.
And then
Savvy Skeins is in.
Savvy Skeins is having a trunk show the first weekend in October, and it's going to be in Columbus, Ohio.
And
So
where will that be in Columbus?
it's at 4400 Indianola Avenue.
Okay.
And the name of the place is, I'll tell you, Knit Studio.
Knit Studio. Savvy Skeins will be there.
Yeah.
The
October 1st through the 3rd. And I am going to go over and
Cool.
check her out on Saturday.
That'll be
on
nice.
the 2nd.
That'll be
Awesome.
I know you guys both have
yeah,
alternative
I'm
plans.
not sure if I'm here or not here. I still haven't even paid attention.
great. I'm going to be with Marcia.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, so I'm going to go check that out. But I'm
if you want to meet up with Micah, she'll be there on Saturday.
Yep.
For sure, Micah.
and she's going to be starting a knit along then with a big prize for one lucky winner. And she's going to start it while she's there in Columbus.
Oh, really?
Oh,
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
That'll be fun.
So, and the other thing, speaking of knit alongs, I was showing the Miss Babs yarn last week, that kit
Yeah.
that I'd gotten,
Yeah.
and one of our viewers, told me that Casapinka is doing a new knit along that requires 4 skeins of yarn.
Well, there you
Perfect.
go.
So I'm
You
going,
are ready for Casablanca.
yeah, and I think
There
it
you go.
comes out maybe tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
So,
So maybe next week we could see a.
well, not
sneak
next
peek
week.
of- If the knit along starts tomorrow.
Well, but next week I'm going to be with. My grandson turns 18.
She's not going to be.
I'm
here
not going to
next
be
week.
here.
And then I won't be here on the 29th.
But my grandson turns 18 on Thursday, and his family's having a birthday party for him. So I'm going to go pick up my mom, and we're going to
You're going to go party it up,
go party with my
grandson.
grandson and his family.
Nice.
So
And
Yeah.
This is a big one, too.
18. Oh
I know.
I remember when he was just born,
Oh yeah.
and he was a little guy. He was like, I don't know.
Little.
I want to say 6 pounds and so many ounces.
He was a little baby.
And he was in this little warmer, and because he was a tiny bit early, and just this little naked baby with a stocking hat.
Aww.
And he was so tiny and cute. And now I look at him and he's 6'5".
Now he's like the green giant.
He is huge. And it's very bizarre.
Well, that's what you get when you feed them.
I know.
I bet she fed him after midnight too, like the.
She fed him many times he wanted to be fed.
Yeah, I know.
So-
I didn't realize that I was out on my bike, and I rode by a friend's house, and there was all these people, and she's like, "Hey!" So I stopped, and then all of a sudden, these must have been 5 or 6 teenage guys came roaring up on their bikes, and I just watched them, and they went in the house, and Judy says, "Well, I better go in before I have nothing left in the fridge." And she turned around and she walked into the house, and I wasn't even on my bike and on my way, and these guys were out there with wrapped food and everything, and I'm thinking, holy crap.
They'll eat anything.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
man.
My
And
daughter-in-law.
teenage girls are the same way.
My daughter-in-law talks about the fact that because Ryan, my grandson, has friends over frequently, and she will say to him, "Don't eat." She has certain things that
Such and such and such and such.
but she has
Those are
to
off
stock
limits.
all kinds of junk for these guys because they just go in like a herd of locusts.
Yeah,
Just
I'm
go
sure.
through the food.
And what crafts
Flocking teenagers.
There you go,
Flocking
the
teenagers.
flocking. What a bunch of flockers, I'll tell you,
But-
They're flocking around the food is what they're doing.
for sure.
Well, the thing is, and I've said this to my son many times. I said, "You're lucky they come to your house because then you know."
Yeah, you know what's going
who
on.
his friends are.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh yeah, I know who his friends are," and he started naming them off and certain qualities that he liked about each of them. And
Oh yeah.
so
Yeah.
that's nice. And then Caitlin does the same. She has a group of friends that hang out with her, but she's more likely to be with the friends from her soccer team.
yeah,
So
I can imagine.
both started back to school this week.
Yay.
I called them and asked them how it was, and they said they were less than enthusiastic.
School.
Yeah, school.
Yeah, school.
And I said to Ryan, this is your last year in high school. I said, this is it, bud.
He's like, yeah.
Live it
Thank
up.
God.
Live it up, kid.
He's
My-
like, yeah, thank God it's the last year.
My niece went back to Xavier this weekend because
Yeah.
they start classes on Monday, and she turns 21 next month.
Oh my God.
So I said, "What are you going to do?" "I don't know. I think I have class that day." I said, "Are you going to go out and..." "Nah, I'm not going to do anything." "Well, are your friends going to do anything?" "No, it's just 21. I'm like, "Are you a dud or what?" And I just looked at my sister like, "You blew it."
How can that be?
I'm thinking, and Beth,
I took Tori out for a Guinness on her 21st.
oh, that would be fun. And Beth Ann
did.
just said, she goes, "Oh, we'll celebrate without her." I said, "Oh, so road trip to Vegas for us?" And she goes, "Yeah, I'll send her to the Smithsonian or something and she'll be happier in the library or something." So we thought that was kind of funny. And I thought, okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Anyway, so did you get any drawing done this week?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
I did not.
I'm hoping to see something this week.
Yeah.
I know. And I know.
We set up an art show for her. She doesn't even have
Jeez.
anything. All right.
Okay. All right. Visualize
I
this.
even got her a pad of paper when I went to the dollar store.
Yes, she
It's pretty
did.
good paper for $1.
For $1.
I thought, this is really pretty good. Then I was going to get her colored
I'm gonna
pens.
get her a fishing rod so that I can dangle $1 in front of her. Yes, she would keep going and going and going just to get that damn $1. It's only $1.
Well, okay.
I love the Dollar Tree.
I know you do.
The picture itself is it's a picture of my younger son, and he's sitting at the end of a dock, And so the water out in front of him, envision trying to draw water.
Not easy.
And
With
that's
the
kind of
ripples.
what's got me stuck. Although, yeah, I think I've got him. I think he looks pretty good.
What if you did like reflections of trees and just
No,
kind
there's
of
no-
made the water, no trees in there?
No, it's just water, and you can see the ripples. And
Well, you just have to do lights and darks.
Yeah.
sure.
It's called www.howdoyoudrawwater.com. Just get online.
Just go into YouTube and go,
How do I draw water?
how do I
Anyway,
draw water?
it's-
I'm sure you would come up with
There's a
10 million
3-year-old,
things.
Yeah,
which
there
I
probably
think he's
is.
now 5. There's 3 years old, a couple years ago, and he lived catty corner from us in the back, and he would come up to the fence all the time. That was one of his favorite expressions when you say, so what are you doing today? www.suchandsuch.com. It's like he just learned. www.ridingmybike.com. He was hysterical every time you asked him. That's how he answered.
With the
at
www.com.
And his
Going
mother
to the
never even
circus.com.
explained any of that. So she's like,
Just let him go.
Kevin, hi. He was friendly. She wasn't friendly. They don't live there anymore. So I don't know what happened to .com guy. He's probably running Microsoft or something now. So who knows?
Probably.
At the age of 5.
Yeah, who knows?
Yes. He has his
But
doctorate.
Seriously,
Okay,
anymore you can. I mean, between YouTube and
You're right,
Instagram
you're
and
right.
some of those others, you could probably get some of those.
Well, I know how to do it. It's just going to be very tedious
Yeah.
because you have to shade it all
Oh yeah.
in
Yeah,
a
it does.
soft.
But what
and then-
else do you have to do, girlfriend?
Oh my
Got
gosh.
knitting.
Knitting.
Oh, that's true.
Knitting.
So if your knitting kind of goes on,
And you
that way.
can't do knitting, and then you can do drawing.
Drips, just for you guys. Drips again, just for
No,
you.
you can't do knitting. You can do knitting and then drawing, but not drawing then knitting, because you get the
So you have to wash your hands.
you have to wash your hands in between.
Well, you can keep wipe it there, so you don't even have to get out of your chair. See, now I'll color because the coloring is out in front of me, and then I get bored with it, and I pick up my knitting, and then I'll start coloring again. Especially on vacation, that's when we were in Florida in June. Mikey said the same thing. Here I had, and I got this really good coloring thing. It's pictures of places, a bunch of places, and they fold out, so you get the whole cityscape. And I was coloring away at Sydney, Australia, doing my thing. And then I didn't know what color I wanted to go with. You only have 840 in front of you. So I just didn't know which
one of that?
peach I wanted to put on the building. So I picked up my knitting, and Mike's like, are you bored?
No, I just didn't know what to do, and I didn't want to make a decision, so I'm just going to do
yeah,
this.
so I'm just going to sit here and do this.
I have to tell you, ladies, and you guys, this story. So early this morning, I had a dream that I remember, not
Wow.
as vividly as her.
I don't remember any of them.
I don't know if I even
I
want
remember most
to
of
call
mine.
this a nightmare or a comedy or what,
We'll be
but
the judge of that.
you guys be the judge of that.
Okay.
So, in my dream, I watched these guys rob a armored truck. Okay, I actually watched them do it. They take off. I go, and I rob the robbers. Okay, because they've already got the stuff out of the truck, and now I just got to get it. So I rob them. I take the bags from them, and these bags are like, the Pony Express mail bags, right? They're like made out of leather. Now remember, this is a dream. This is not real life. This was a dream. So I take these bags, and off I run with these bags, and I dump them out, and they're all stitch markers. They're all gold stitch markers. And I'm like, this is great. So I dump them out of those bags into another bag, and I leave, and I take those, and I get them home, and then the police come and they knock on my door and arrest me for robbing.
It's for stealing stitch markers.
Yeah, so I was
Justice
going to
was
prison. I
served
was going to prison for
stitch marker stealing.
robbing a bank. They said I was robbing a bank, and
A bank of stitch markers.
yeah, I was going to go to prison, and
And
The
then
one
you woke
police
up.
officer says, "But you can fight it because you didn't really rob a bank."
It's good getting legal advice from a policeman.
I was just like, what kind of, like, okay.
Unbelievable.
Evidently, I had stitch markers on the brain, but when you watch it, I mean, it's like, you know.
When you have it and you're in your...
It was probably, you know, a bazillion stitch markers. And it's just the rings.
Almost as many as you've got in the...
Just the rings.
Yeah.
Nothing on them. Just the ring itself. Pouring out of this. It was hysterical.
Well, for you, that would be a heist. For you, that would be like, oh, I got all
But
my
they were
stickers.
they were real gold,
Oh,
too.
well, then-
They were real gold.
Can I have
And
some
so,
of
as
those?
I told
Do you have any
Jamie...
extra?
As I told Jamie about my dream, I said, so when I go to prison, what are you going to do with all those stitch markers? And he says, I'll just melt them down and make a brick out of them.
I thought for sure he was going to say he was going to make a golf tee.
Not even I'm going to miss you? Or
No.
That's true love, let me tell you. She's
Yeah.
looking
So-
for his future.
Well, it's like Grant.
Horror
and-
story, comedy, I'm not sure. But I did
That's
wake up thinking I was going to go to prison for these stitch markers.
That's a combination, isn't it?
It was very odd. It was very odd. And the fact that I remembered it, too.
Well, it was right there. You were coming out of it, and you were thinking about what you want to do, and
How am I going to get out of this?
and where you're
Yeah,
going to go.
how am I going to get out of
I can
this?
see the front page news.
Stitch marker
thief.
bandit. It's the stitch marker bandit. What?
Is she flocking it or what? You know, I mean, this is great.
Fucking crazy. I
We
think.
come and bail you out.
Would you?
Actually, we come and sit and knit with you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we wouldn't
Yeah,
necessarily.
yeah. I don't know, bail you out.
Bring
Bailing
me,
out may not be working.
bring me
but-
some metal knitting needles. So
There you go.
I
So you
can
can
make the
break
lock.
it. And I can distract the police while you guys
Oh, you
are doing
could
it.
so distract the police.
No one would know you had escaped.
Oh
No
my
one would know you
God.
had escaped. They'd be like, take her away, take her away, take her with you. Yeah.
Oh my God, it was just hysterical. I was like,
Did you wake up laughing?
no, I didn't. I was
She probably
actually
woke up
a
in a
little.
cold sweat.
I was a little thinking I was going to go to prison. So I didn't wake up like laughing, but after I thought about it for a minute, I'm like, this is funny.
This is weird.
Super
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I typically dream that I'm in Paris.
Well, is that like saying something? Like, do you need to take a trip to Paris?
I've been to Paris.
I haven't.
But for some reason, and my mother and I, in my dreams, my mother and I take these trips, and we take one trip every year, and our trip is this big, we
A
go
big
to
to-do thing.
a big to do.
Yeah.
We go to France, and we go to England, and we go to Germany, and we spend 2 weeks, and I can never remember what I've seen in my dreams. And of course, I've never been to Germany. I've been to Paris and I've been to England, but anyway, I do have traveling dreams.
There you go.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah,
that's your inner subconscious telling you want to get out and about and do stuff.
What is the inner subconscious of mine telling me from my robbing the bank and their stitch markers? I think I've been watching a
Secretly-
bit too much Pinky Blinders.
Yeah,
That's what I think it is. And making too many stitch markers.
I think that's it.
I think we
that's
got it. I think that's where it's landing on that point. Not even yarn or anything. I could see her saying that she had fallen in a hole and she couldn't get out because there was all this yarn she had to climb over or something.
Yeah.
That I can understand. But Lisa,
No, I don't dream about yarn at all.
this week,
That's because you have it.
I don't need to dream
You
about
can look at it anytime you want to. It's right in
This
front
week-
of you.
this
Don't need
week
to
I
dream about it.
rewatched the movie with Helen Mirren where she's lying. Where they
Like a liar?
like the Good Liar, but I don't think that's what it's called, or the Good Lie, or something.
No,
like
it's-
that. I can't remember. They are playing each other. He's playing
Yeah.
a scam, and then she's playing
scamming
a scam,
him.
scamming from past. It's really good, and she's excellent.
Good
in
little
it.
liar.
Is it? No, I can't
That's not
remember.
quite right.
But anyway, my phone's way over there, and I'm not going to get up and go get it. So
I can look.
watched
Very
that
good
this week.
movie.
That was a good movie.
Yeah.
Ender's Game. A couple of episodes ago, I said this is on my tongue, and it'll come. This movie where I think you need to watch because it's right up your genre.
Okay.
It's called Ender's Game.
Okay.
And it's kind of Star Wars-y-ish sort of thing. And there's
Cool.
and aliens and
Oh, I love aliens.
I think it was right up your alley. I'm not going to tell you much about it, but if y'all haven't seen it, you need to see it. It's called Ender's Game. Harrison Ford's in it too.
Oh, cool. I watched the end of the Call of the Wild. No, I was crying. Can't watch that one.
I don't like movies that make me cry.
Yeah.
I mean, I do, but I
think it was
hate crying, so no.
No, it was
I'd
a
much
good
rather
story.
watch Bang Bang Shoot 'em Ups.
I think, the dog saves him, he saves the dog, and then in the end, they've gone home together. And it was just, I was like, oh my God. No, and I didn't see what happened to him before, but I just saw the very ending, and I'm like, oh my God, it's the dog. Mike's like, change the channel, will you?
Yeah, I'm changing the channel.
Off he goes, so what did he put? Oh, he put on Independence Day. It's one of my
Independence Day.
favorites, one to watch.
Jamie always looks over at me when he knows when he puts on some sappy movie that I'm going to be over there blubbering like some little schoolgirl. Mm-hmm. And I just, I do what is it?
The Good Liar.
The Good Liar.
There it is.
Helen Mirren.
I can't remember
and what's the other guy's
Christopher
name?
Plummer?
What's the guy's name?
Christopher Plummer, is that him?
No, that's not him. I don't.
You don't have it up
Jim
right there?
Carson's
No.
in it from Downton Abbey. He plays, he's in it. He's excellent.
Ian McKellen.
Ian McKellen.
Yeah, there you go.
And Jim
It's
Carson's
a very
is
good
in
show.
It. Good, watch it if you get a chance.
Yeah, it is a good movie, although...
I don't know of a Helen Mirren show that I don't like.
Well, I was just pulled up her movies,
Her dossier.
and it's like, oh my God.
Oh yeah, it goes forever and ever.
I know. It starts back in, I don't know.
How about Red?
One of my favorites. In
1
Red
and
2.
2.
Yes. She is perfect in that.
Isn't she great?
One of my
Oh my
favorite
God, I
scenes
love
is
that.
when Malkovich hands her these boots, and she's got this amazing white dress, long dress, and these beautiful shoes, and he drops these ugly gray boots, and she slides right into
into him, and off she goes.
And I thought, oh my God, I so like
love
her.
her.
She's
I
so
love
good
her.
in that.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah, that was good. I was
Yeah.
watching that. I only saw that part of it, and when I walked through.
Then you
I'm
thought,
gonna
I
have
have
to
to go
watch
back and
that
watch
again.
the whole thing.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch Red again because
It's one of those I think I need to find. Hopefully they'll put it on a weekend or something when I can get it without commercials. So that
Oh,
I
yeah.
can
it's probably on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah,
Probably on Netflix.
I'll probably have to.
And by the
Or on
way, does
YouTube.
anybody know? Okay,
oh yeah,
so I saw a preview for a what's his name? I don't like him as an actor, but
I hate when you do this because
I know.
then I feel compelled to figure out who it is.
I'll think of it. But the movie is called Pig. Have you seen the
No.
previews for this movie called Pig? Yeah, what is his name?
Give me a hint. I mean, like,
hold on, I'll be right back.
She'll be back. I'll sit here and try and think of this stupid guy's name, which I don't like. He was in. He's in lots of stuff.
Okay, so he's in stuff.
He's in The Rock. They're all going, oh yeah, this guy.
Pig movie.
Nicolas
2021.
Cage.
oh, I don't like him either.
I don't like him as an actor.
No.
As a person, I don't know. I don't
I don't.
pay enough attention to him. But as an actor, I really don't care for him. But I saw a preview for this movie called Pig, and it looks really good.
Nicolas Cage. It has Adam.
Oh, it just
Arkin
came
in
out this year, so maybe it's
it follows a truffle forager whose
yeah.
beloved truffle finding pig goes missing.
Yes, it looks so cute because it's yeah, whatever.
I can't watch it. What happens to the pig?
He gets lost and he has to find his pig.
Oh man. Okay, I can't do that.
Well, maybe he finds it.
Yeah, but what if there's probably going to be drama and
You
the
mean
pig's gonna
maybe
have
there's
to
a pork
run
chop
through-
involved?
Ham hocks.
But okay, so Nicolas Cage, I'm not particularly a big fan of his acting.
I'm not a fan of him, period.
Well, I don't know him personally.
I don't know him personally, so I don't, have an opinion of him as a person. I'm just not a huge fan of his
I
acting.
watched TMZ.
Why?
Why? What for?
It's fun to hear them talk about it. And then I'm up on all the, What if they say something about Snoop Dogg that I need to know? So I watch.
Well,
TMZ.
I can go into Google and just go Google. Tell me what's new about Snoop Dogg. I don't need to watch.
That's how I found out.
40 episodes of
Kevin Hart.
TMZ.
That's how I found out about him and Kevin Hart.
Yeah, just go into
doing
Google.
the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, he plays such a great straight man, and the Kevin Hart's the one that's like, and
Well,
Snoop's
Kevin
up there
Hart is
going,
like you.
He's a comedian.
And we're the straight men.
well, that's true. What?
No, I'm a convicted stitch marker
She's a
thief.
stealer. Maybe
I'm
he
a
did
convict.
Maybe he did learn it in prison.
I guess I
Maybe on that
did. Maybe
same
I
day-
need to be the teacher.
There you go.
In prison.
In prison.
You're going to teach him how to knit?
I guess. I don't know. Okay, y'all. I went down the how do you brioche, and I may have to start it.
Oh,
Yeah?
I may.
I like the
When
look
I
of
get
it,
when I
but
get one project finished,
No.
I may have to try a brioche pattern.
I don't even know what it takes and the mere name of it.
2 different colors of yarn.
Well, I know that.
My latest
I know that
one
part. That's all I
today,
know.
I saw one. It's a Halloween one. I love all these shops that are doing the Halloween.
Oh, Lord have
Advent type
mercy.
things.
All the dyers?
Yeah, they're doing all. They've added like Christmas was bad enough to figure out whose you were going to get,
Yeah.
and now there's a lot of them are throwing in 13 or 20 of the skeins for Halloween, and I'm going, oh, they're just so fun colors.
Have you
and,
seen...
and it's
Hope
just
Knit?
no.
Hope Knit?
They've got one.
She's got... yeah, I've seen it on Instagram.
Ah.
It's
See, and I'm not
good.
even on Instagram. It's most of these is because I've signed up for everybody's newsletter. Because when you sign up, you usually get a free pattern, and then I think, well, I'll just read for about it, and then I forget to cancel it. So anyway, but
I've seen quite a few of the Halloween advents or mini advents, or they'll do like a mini skein advent for Halloween.
Yeah. And I always think, I know you don't realize it, but I always think, what would I make with that?
Yeah, other than a Halloween thing, I'm the same way. I actually have a really pretty kit that every year about this time, I take the yarn out and look at it. It's a beautiful green and purple together. Just perfect Halloween. Now I need to get my one shawl out because that's the colors I did the one year. So I have to get that one out.
It's August. You have a little time.
You got a minute.
Well, I do, but
You got all of September to dig it out.
actually,
Well, you might want to dig it out in September.
actually,
That way it's at the forefront for when October hits, that October 1, you can pop it on.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Because I know how you are.
I could wear it. Yeah.
Well, and the temperature and the air temperature needs to be a little cooler if you're going to be wearing a shawl. I mean, I know you.
Here, this is my latest obsession. Go on Ravelry.
Color work?
Yeah, watch that. Look at this. Go on Ravelry. It's called the Broom Writing Cowl by Vanessa Ewing. Okay, and I think Cape May Fibers, if I'm not mistaken, has a little kit out where it's 2 colors. That's literally just 2 colors.
Yeah, it's one
How come?
gradient.
One gradient.
Yeah, and one solid.
One solid. And I love it. And I thought, I wonder, since it's only one extra skein I have to be dicking around with, maybe I would
Panicking,
try
guys.
doing some color work with it.
Broom writing cowl.
Isn't that fun?
That is fun.
That would be so
You
cool.
could-
Halloween.
you could
I
do
could
that.
probably do that
You could do that.
because I wouldn't be floating too much except here. You know,
No, but she's got stars in there,
Yeah.
so to make it so you don't have
Right.
floats.
So that
Probably.
works. Yeah.
I mean, that would be my guess.
I
She'd
feel
put-
like I should talk to the people because
put in little stars so
they're
that you don't have to
over
float.
there doing whatever you.
Anyway, look that up. What was it again?
Riding broom cowl.
Broom
Broom
riding
riding
cowl
cowl.
by Vanessa Ewing. I think might have to consider it. Break my moratorium on buying yarn. 'Cause
You don't
this-
have anything?
I'd have to search, which means I'd have to go through boxes, which means I would.
Why don't you go through the room back here?
Yeah,
before-
we could go through the route back there.
Okay.
Look. I think, did we miss anything?
No, I think we got it all.
Ah, you're the locket, the Flockit.
We did it.
We
Yeah,
did
you
it
were
while
gone.
you were in the ladies' room.
Ah,
We did.
We got
did.
that.
We're calling it the Flockit.
I like it.
Flockit. And I'm going to give a Flockit to the gal
You said
or a person.
Flockit.
I don't know if it was a man or a woman.
Some
Said
thing out there.
Flockit. I will send one to that person
Okay.
because that was the one that got us to the
Got our
Flockit,
brains going.
to Flockit.
And it's not just Flockit. It's Flockit.
I can't do
You have
that.
to
It's
do-
Flockit.
you
Sorry, I missed that.
You got to get that guttural in there.
I don't have that much phlegm.
I'm a dinosaur in training.
And we're grateful.
Oh my God. You guys,
Okay.
thanks for, hanging around for another silly damn Sunday of ours.
I know, don't you just love
Have a good week. Don't forget to knit and leave your comments below.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stay safe, get your kids out, and get to school.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever.
Happy knitting.
Bye, Ryan.